Hey guys, welcome back to Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. My name is Selwak and I'll be your Orwell agent for the next half hour or so. Let's continue where we left off. We're investigating Karen or Ilya. We have to decide on which one we want to focus on because we need to dig up dirt on them before tonight. We're already almost approaching lunchtime here. We've got our objectives listed in front of us. Determine whether or not Karen Vhart is legally counseling the deserted National Army veteran. That's a good thing to exploit on Karen. Look for inconsistencies in Karen's files regarding the National Army veteran, and our main objective, of course, provide exploitable data on illegal or questionable actions on Ilya or Karen before Raban Vhart can release his provocative article. Looks like we're focusing on Karen here. As unfortunate as it is, she seems like a decent person, but we need to crush Raban Vhart's plans. Who knows? We could start World War III here if we pay attention and focus. So. Ilya Vhart, you're going to have to go on the back burner here. We did have some information regarding potential candidates for deserters. Molly. She's not on her calendar though, but we do have the chat. So let's switch back to Karen. Boom. Ah, Molly. That's at least part of her name. Good work. I think she's clever enough to have her as a fake name on her phone, so that's good news. Oh yeah, we've added her as a related person now. Looking forward to our session on the 13th. This better be her. Wait, the appointment she had scheduled at the time was with Ilya. Karen had a session scheduled with Ilya at the time she was supposed to meet this Molly. It sure sounds like a cover. We need to find out whether there is a legal record of this Molly in Karen's files. If not, she'll be in serious trouble. But I doubt you'll find anything with just Molly. We need a full name first. So she wasn't meeting Ilya. Alright, at least we got that. She's messaging him now. Where are you? Can you please get back to me? Hello? Oh hey Karen, what is it? We had a session scheduled for this morning, remember? I forgot. Sorry. You forgot? Can we reschedule? You can't just forget our sessions. This is serious. I had to work urgently at Circle Mall. It just came up. We've already rescheduled it before. Yeah, because you suddenly wanted to. I can't shift stuff around like you can. I have to take the work when it's on offer. Working? Again? How long this time? 10 hours? 12? What about your kid? He needs his mother. Listen. You don't have children. You have a good job. You have no idea what it's like. Zero. Don't you dare judge me again about not being there for my son. You're right. I don't know what it's like for you. Sorry. But only because you're being so reclusive. You're pulling out of everything. Slowly, steadily, stonewalling. It gives me nightmares because it's my duty to help and I can't fulfill it. We should sit down, talk about what's going on with your life for once. We did already. When I wrote you on that counseling website of yours, you said you were able to assist me. But nothing's different. Talk, 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 talk. That's all you do. And taking photos even though I said no. Oh, she's got a photo. She's got a photo. Nothing gets any better through that. I'm done talking. Got work to do now. So, no more sessions. Noted. And for the record, I'm not waiting for you to come back. Good. That's terrible counseling. Seems like a new hashtag is trending on Blabber. You're gonna love this one. Have a look. What was that? My god, how the hell are you a professional, Karen? My goodness me. She let the emotions get the better of it. Reactions to hashtag the people's silencing. Tyler Durden. Oh my. Fight Club. Oh, she's not supposed to talk about it. People's Voice. Interesting that your wife is conducting private counseling sessions with National Army veterans. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? How did this get out? Unofficially, because officially she's meeting your brother. What else is she trying to hide? What should I say? What are you? Hashtag the people silencing. At People's Voice. WTF? Didn't you say you were against the National Army? Hashtag the people silencing. At People's Voice. Don't listen to the trolls. I know that your wife is a good person and ready to help anyone, even the enemy. This has nothing to do with silencing anyone. At People's Voice. I didn't see what all the fuss is about. Hashtag the people silencing. Raban didn't do anything wrong and he's not responsible for his wife's secret meetings. How did that get out? I can't remember. Did I release that? Oh, man. What's going on? Anyway. There's a photo of Molly. Somewhere. And she contacted Karen through the website. So let's see if we can find access to that website now. Her own counseling website. This could mean Karen is moonlighting. This may very well be the page that Ilya set up for Karen. It's likely we'll find more about this page within Ilya's files then. I did find them. She doesn't have children. Let's leave that for now. In need of your advice. It's an email from Raban to David Johns, our anonymous friend. Dear David, you've always stuck to me throughout so many years and never let me down once. This is why I turned to you. I have the feeling you are the only person I can fully trust. Oh, jeez. I thought you just said Karen and Ilya were. Make up your mind, Raban. I'm at a loss. Karen, my wife, and I. There's been so much distance between us recently, and it's only growing. She's spending so much time with her job, she seems almost obsessed with it. And I with mine, admittedly. Today I get to read on Blabber of all places that she has been spending her time not even officially for her counsel. What? Oh, working, I guess. No, instead she has been working in secret. I don't quite know what to make of that. It could be well-placed defamation. I'm used to that, as you're aware of. But something tells me there is more to it. I feel I am lacking the strength to continue with what I am doing. The road to achieve a truly free, peaceful Parges seems ever further away than ever. Jeez. I need your advice. Tell me, am I still on the right track, Raban? Feels discouraged. I don't know, it feels like that's a trap. It's like he knows we're watching him. I don't know. Let's leave that for now. He's a cunning individual. Look at him. He's like, hey man, they're watching us, man. All that's missing is a tinfoil hat on his face. We need to get access to Karen's website. There we go. No, this is still Karen. Sorry. Back to Karen. Open Soteria. One related document. Open Soteria? Pfft. Good work though. Seems not even her husband is aware of this little side business she has built up there. Interesting. Where's the trust? Reply. Raban. Oh, I should do like the anonymous voice say. Raban, your recent experiences with your wife must be wearing you down. I understand. I have no doubt your wife will understand the efforts you have put into your campaign the moment it is fruitful. And fruitful it will be. You have just taken the first steps and you are about to take another. Of course, I cannot tell you whether the allegations spreading on Blabber against Karen are true. You need to find that out for yourself. But it is for sure revolutionaries, those who speak true and all their loved ones around them, have always been the first targets to be hit by any oppressive regime. Be watchful. You must see through what you've started. We believe in you. Your fan, David Johns. Okay, so he sounds a bit like Morpheus. I cannot tell you whether the allegations spreading on Blabber are true. You'll just have to see for yourself. Here we go. Here's her website, Open Soteria. Place for everyone. So yeah, the CCS was for this website actually. Place for everyone. Welcome. I'm glad you found my website. I'm a professional psychotherapist with a degree in psychology and medicine, just like what he wrote. Offer advice, mentoring, and support for victims of armed conflict. We know that she... Oh, okay. We don't quite know she holds a degree. We just know that she is a psychotherapist. Molly seeking advice. What else? What else is there? What else? What else? What else? What else? Read stories. Just got quite a bit of stories. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's read this. It always helps to see that you are not alone with your experiences and feelings, knowing that others are struggling with similar issues. Read personal stories of people who contacted me here. All names mentioned below have been changed. Ooh, so Molly's not her real name, right? She said all names have been changed, but then she's got a message from Molly. Well, that's a lot of writing. Okay. Whew. Andelka, 27, from Trivelth. My daughter stopped talking. I'm a Pargesian refugee and crossed the border to the nation about 9 months ago. I decided to escape the war and flee with my 3 children after my husband was shot by a sniper. The journey was long and arduous, but we managed to get to the nation in good health. Unfortunately, my daughter Dara has gone through a huge change since then. She used to be a very lively child. She really loved her dad, and she misses him a lot. She's not said a word since we left our home. She will neither speak to me nor to any of her siblings, or anyone else that I know of. I'm really worried, and I'm desperately searching for help. Hi, Andelka. You and your family have gone through a very rough time. Losing your husband and then having to escape to a foreign country must have been an extremely difficult experience for all of you. I would first and foremost advise you not to pressure your daughter. She needs time and space to process her grief and the changes you are all adjusting to. Try to give her as much attention as she needs and create an atmosphere in which she is heard if she does choose to speak, but also respected if she does not wish to. Openness and attentiveness are key. Now, I know that this is extremely hard for a single mother, especially since you have several children who will be adjusting in their own ways, not to mention that you, yourself, must deal with the massive life changes that have occurred. So take your time and try to deal with these issues one at a time. Also, remember that listening to your children is sometimes the best thing you can do. Well, she's not speaking, so that's definitely the easiest thing she can do. But nice to know that Karen's helping all sorts of people. Bill from Dewhurst. This is all people that contacted her, right? So Bill and then Andelka. We got Bill. This is different about daughter. Ah, yeah, so that's a different name. Bill's name is the same though. So she chooses it sometimes? I bombed Trivelth, and I can't stop hearing the explosions. I served in the Pargesian War for 1 year, and was then sent home because I was injured by a hand grenade. I was very lucky to survive, and though my hearing will never be 100% again, I was even luckier to get out of the war without any major issues, at least not physically. Ever since I got back from Parges, I've not slept through a single night. Oh, this is the person that she was messaging on her phone, right? Bill, yeah, there we go. Cool. I still hear the explosions. When I was sent to the conflict zone, I was responsible for dropping the bombs on Trivelth. I can't get over the damage that I've caused, and I don't really have anyone I can talk to. My family is very proud, and they never stop mentioning what a great national hero I am. But I don't feel like a hero. I feel like a murderer. Every night I lay awake, wondering how many people I killed with my bombs. Were they terrorists? Were they just normal people living their lives, terrified of what was going on in their home? Did I kill any children? I don't know. All I know is that I wish I had never participated in this goddamn war. I wish I had realized that there would be no winners, only losers. Dear Bill, you've been through an extremely traumatizing situation, one that no amount of training could have prepared you for. Participating in war is an experience that is very much out of this world for us, especially when compared to our comfortable everyday lives. The acts of violence on the battlefield are an extreme contrast to the calmness of home life. It is common for soldiers to experience dissonance between the horrific acts of war and life back home. In your case, this is increased by your family's expectations, who want to frame you as the heroic soldier, which is obviously making you very uncomfortable. My advice to you is to try and get long-term help from a psychotherapist who is experienced in treating soldiers. You must feel very isolated and alone right now, since you want to meet your family's expectations on one hand, but you have a huge psychological burden of guilt on the other, which you should not carry alone. Molly, 32, from Bonton. Here we go. I was flushed down the toilet of life by the government. I'm a veteran of the Army of the Nation. My career was promising. I served for 6 years, was in charge of my own squad, and was a well-respected combat engineer. I was dishonorably discharged in 2011, shortly after I went AWOL because of personal issues. I was sent back to the nation as a deserter, and flushed down the toilet of life by the administration of the Army, the government, and their safety bill. Quotes. Since then, I've been working in low-wage jobs, live in a crappy apartment in the industrial quarters, and can hardly afford daycare for my son. After many years, I now realize that the causes I was fighting for in the Army were an illusion. I don't want my son to grow up in a country that doesn't respect its own people. They have not only flushed me down the drain, but the whole country. This government sucked up all of my vitality, just to spit me out again. All I'm left with is anger, and a huge urge to keep my son safe from all this bullshit. Dear Molly, first of all, thanks for reaching out to me. I know how hard this must have been for you. Although you feel you are up to your neck in defecation, to use your own metaphor, I believe you are actually handling this with a strong will. That strength protects you and your child from giving in to this huge disappointment that you are currently experiencing. You feel betrayed by your own country, and you are angry that they sucked all the life out of you, just to abandon you after you dedicated 6 years of your life to them. But don't forget that you were responsible for climbing the ranks in the army, no one else. It was your dedication to the service and the skills you displayed that made you fit to have such a high position. While your army record may be a burden when looking for employment right now, you are clearly an intelligent woman who must persevere. I believe that your precious skills will eventually help you to get your life on track again. In the meantime, please stay in touch, and Molly, I will make sure you receive appropriate counseling. Since you are also from Bonton, I would also like to offer you an opportunity to meet so I can assess your case in person. Alright. So she replies publicly. Jeez. Let's see her messages. Let's start with Diane Coleman and we'll work our way down to Molly. Hello, I'm contacting you because I'm seeking help and I really don't know where to go. My husband gets drunk nearly every night and becomes really aggressive towards me and our daughter. Last night he hit her so hard that we had to bring her to a hospital. I know he doesn't mean it, and I strongly believe that deep down he is a good person. Typical. I still love him, but I'm also very worried about Carla, my daughter. Could you please give me some advice on how to deal with him so he doesn't keep getting angry? If he loved you so much, he wouldn't be drinking and getting aggressive. Hi Diane, I'm very sorry, but I cannot help you. My website only deals with victims of armed conflict and ex-soldiers who are dealing with war trauma. Your case is too off-topic for me. I am sorry. At least refer her. Come on, Karen. Jeez. She's in over her head, probably. Dear Mrs. Soteria, I need help. I'm quite desperate. I keep replaying the traumatizing experiences I had in the Pargesian War. I am fully aware that this is probably some form of PTSD, but counseling is out of the question for me. I don't want my family to know I'm weak, that I'm facing these kind of issues. Sad, but you need to count on your family to help you through this. Don't be ashamed to share with your family, you know? If you need help, get it. Your site was recommended on many other boards about PTSD, and I would therefore like to talk to you about how to deal with my problems. Kind regards, Bill. Dear Bill, my first recommendation would be not to do self-diagnose. Whether you are suffering from PTSD or not, well, that is something that trained professional can help you define. It would be helpful of you to send me some... It would be helpful if you sent me some specifics of your actual problems. What are your symptoms, and what do you think is the cause? I can only help if you provide me some information. Dear Mrs. Soteria, during the Pargesian War I was part of the 102nd Bomber Regiment. I'm unsure of how many people died because of my actions, and I most likely will never find out. However, I am suffering from severe insomnia, laying awake every night wondering how many lives ended at my hands. I'm just so tired. I really need help. Please help me. I can't do this anymore. Dear Bill, it's okay, Bill. I'm here for you. These thoughts and symptoms are very common for someone suffering from PTSD. To make a diagnosis, however, I would need to assess you further. Your story is a common one, and I was wondering if you would be willing to let me publish it on my blog to help others navigate the same issues you are experiencing. Of course, I would keep your name out of the story, making it completely anonymous. Dear Mrs. Soteria, I'm not too sure about publishing my story on your blog. Perhaps you could recommend me a therapist who would consult me via phone calls. My main concern is that my family will find out that I'm suffering, and with the state of the world right now, they need me to be strong. Bill, I urge you to let me publish your story. I promise your family will not find out. You'll be of very valuable information to anyone sharing similar experiences to yours. As a soldier, you must be a man who's devoted to public service. Publishing your story will provide an excellent support piece to help your fellow ex-soldiers feel that they are not alone, that they can also seek help, that they can be functioning members of society again. Let me publish it, and then I'll help you find a therapist who is able to counsel you discreetly. Dear Mrs. Soteria, alright, I give you permission. I'm really desperate, and at this point I will do almost anything to make this stop, but please make sure my family doesn't find out. This is really important to me. That's great, Bill. I promise you will not regret this. But you posted his name. Bill. Just his first name though, but still. Oops. Worried about her daughter, that was the next one. Hello Soteria, I'm very worried about my daughter. I think she urgently needs counseling. She's not spoken a word for about 3 months and I don't know what to do about it. Hi Novena. She changed her name. Could you give me more details about your daughter? Is there any reason you could imagine why she stopped talking? I can only help you if you give me more details. Thanks, Soteria. Hello, Soteria. In December last year, I decided to immigrate to the nation. I am from Parges and left the country with my 3 daughters because I wanted them to be safe. Hello, Novena. Thank you for the additional information. It seems this experience was rather traumatizing for your daughter. What were the exact circumstances of your departure? How did your journey go? What about the children's father? Did he stay in the country? Dear Soteria, my husband was killed shortly before we left. It's very hard for me to talk about this, especially to a person I do not know. Would it be possible for you to meet me in person? Your help is very much appreciated. Dear Nevena, I appreciate your trust. Please be aware I'm doing this in my free time and unfortunately do not have much capacity to meet people in person. I do find your story very interesting though and would love to publish it on my website. Jeez. It would be entirely anonymous and your real name would not be associated with the article. I think that your story will be incredibly valuable and important for people who went through similar experiences and are in need of comfort, knowing that they are not alone in their problems. I have a suggestion for you. How about I conduct a you-tell phone session with you and we go through the options together on how to help your daughter. In return, you tell me a few more details about your reasons and experiences of fleeing from Parges and allow me to publish your story on Open Soteria. I promise that you will not regret it. Hello Soteria. Interesting is, well, an interesting description of something that possibly traumatized my daughter permanently. I'm really not keen on you publishing my story. I don't know what it would do to my daughters if they found out. However, I'm rather desperate and worried about my youngest one. I will therefore say yes to your offer, hoping that you'll be able to help. Don't disappoint me, and don't you dare use my real name. Please also change times and places. My husband was shot by a soldier of the nation. He died before my daughter's very eyes, and since then she has not spoken a word. Neither to me, nor my other children. She's become very extremely reclusive and has completely stopped playing. She is 7. I'm very desperate and do hope you can help us. Thank you for trusting me, Nevena. I will not disappoint you. Something tells me you've disappointed her. And of course, from Molly. There we go. Seeking advice. Hello, psychology person. I'm having some psycho problems. Since you seem to have some sort of psychology degree, I figured you might be able to help me. Molly. Dear Molly, what an odd request. You sound like you don't really want to talk to me. Yeah, makes sense. Looks all full of sarcasm. What are these psycho problems you're experiencing? Looking forward to your response, Soteria. Hi, Soteria. I have insomnia. I'm constantly in pain. I work in a low-wage job, which frankly is beneath me. I can barely afford daycare for my son. All of this is because of the damn government and that safety bill. It stops people like me from succeeding in life after the service. I'm not sure if you can help me, but I'm running out of alternatives. Dear Molly, okay, now we can start digging. Issue 1, insomnia and pain. How long have you been suffering from insomnia? Was there an incident in your life that you think may have triggered this? With the pain, is there a physical injury you are suffering from, or is it just a general pain? How long does it typically affect you? Issue 2, low-wage job and low income. Could you tell a little more about your experience and qualifications? Did you complete secondary school? College? What career path did you have previously? Issue 3, finding the right person to talk to. I believe you already have. I'm more than qualified to offer you support, but if you find that this doesn't work out, I can direct you to someone else who is more suitable for your needs. Smiley face. Waiting for your reply. Soteria. Hi. Alright, I've never done this before. I was a combat engineer, a veteran in the army of the nation. They kept telling me what an invaluable soldier I was. I believed them, holding my head high and serving their needs, no questions asked. Then I lost the only person I ever loved. He was part of my unit. It felt like my heart had been sucked out of my chest, squeezed through a hole the size of a pinhead. After I lost him, I didn't care about anything. I left my regiment, was discharged for being AWOL. Then my son Michael was born. I had to pick myself up, no matter how I was feeling about the loss of his father. I needed to be strong, but I'm not strong. I'm still suffering. If it wasn't for my son, I would never have reached out to you. I've never spoken to anyone about this, and quite frankly, viewing your website, I felt like it was a kindergarten for crybabies. But I guess everyone is seeking some help. I need yours. Hello, Molly. Insults aside, I think it is quite typical of ex-soldiers to feel that self-help and psychotherapy shows weakness. I find it quite interesting that despite your doubts and prejudices, you chose to reach out to me. This is no small feat, in fact. It shows that you are determined to face your issues and better yourself. No matter how difficult they may be, you are on the road to healing. This feeling of loss, this overwhelming tide of emotions that you're experiencing, it sounds like you are suffering from PTSD. Post-traumatic stress syndrome is a common condition that many former ex-soldiers suffer from after experiencing a great deal of trauma during war. The good news is that with counseling, the symptoms of PTSD can be treated. How about I offer you some private sessions free of charge? In exchange, I would like to publish your story, anonymously of course, on my blog. Female soldiers are so rarely spoken about, and I feel that your story in particular will be extremely valuable to other former servicewomen who feel they cannot speak up. Fine. I don't like the idea of sharing my story, but I also can't afford treatment, so as long as it's 100% anonymous, I consent. Oh, there we go. That didn't appear before. Did it? I can't remember. Dear Molly, I'm so glad that you are willing to share and help others who really need the support. I promise that I won't let you down. I like to focus on your remarks about the safety bill in my article because the political criticism is sure to fuel some discussions. But to make sure I get your story right, I think it would be best if we meet in person. Take time to talk things through, even take some photos if that's okay. I would like to suggest the cafe at Freedom Plaza for the meeting. That should make for a fine setting for an article with some political punch behind it. We can meet there if it helps the article. But no photos from me. Keep me anonymous. I promise to keep you out of everything I write on here. Cafe at Freedom. Met the National Army veteran at the Freedom Memorial. Boom. Let's see if we can find a photo. Freedom Plaza. Everyone's favorite meeting place apparently. Well, not anymore after yesterday's bombing, I suppose. Quick, let's go, let's go. Oh, it's scheduled for 6 p.m. Okay, so we've got 6 hours. Oh, that's cool. We've got a time limit now. This is what he's about to publish. We know him as this handsome man waving politely at the press every time the cameras start rolling. He likes spreading pictures of himself helping children or shooting dangerous animals. But behind this facade of the public servant, the hero, the formidable presenter, lies a dark truth that has never been revealed. Until now. He owns the media, and he owns the legal system. He has to. His family has been proven to be involved in an international crime network, one that sports a list of offenses that include drug trafficking, prostitution rings and money laundering. Not to mention that his pocketbook also powers a slew of influential lobbyists that can ensure that Vhart is never portrayed in a negative light. Forget about solving the most destabilizing conflict that our beautiful country has ever faced. Instead, Vhart sits on his fat ass in his mansion playing virtual golf. Knowing the truth about Vhart and his endless chain of hypocrisy and lies makes it look even more hilarious that he keeps on accusing free thinkers and independent media like us of not sticking to the facts. We always check our stories, and our sources are reliable. Yeah, I could drag this in, but that's just gonna cost me time. Let's go. Where's hologram? Hologram. Need to go hologram. Insert a location. Freedom Memorial. Boom. Get me a photo of Molly. These pictures are marked as private, only you can see this. Freedom Plaza, Bonton. Waiting for my very first session with Nina Maternova. Who wanted to be addressed by Molly for some reason at the Plaza Cafe. Sadly, she wouldn't let me take any pictures of her. You're joking. I thought she did, secretly. At least we got her real name. Nina sounds familiar. The name Nina. Wasn't that in the first game? Ha! Molly. Well done. Nina Maternova, is it? Now that you have her name, it should be possible for you to obtain official documents on Nina. That's true, I don't need pictures. I can get her official ones. Raban Vhart messaging Karen. You want to tune in now? Karen. Did you meet Ilya yesterday? What? Where'd you get that idea? Did you look at her phone? Because someone told me very specifically that it happened as a session. What the hell? You believe a random guy telling you things about me? I told you I was talking to Nina all night. So you just confirmed it. Confirmed what? I've also been told that she's not an official patient of yours, and you're covering for her with Illya. What the hell? Is this an interrogation? Alright, fine. You're right. But Nina is an official business. I'm counseling her. But as far as the council is concerned, it's for Illya. Why did you lie to me? You should have told me. It's not exactly legal. That's why. Are you out of your mind? You've been taking care of that army woman all night illegally? See, this is exactly why I didn't tell you. I will not allow you to threaten the reputation of the People's Voice. Jeez, you don't get it. To you it's all about TPV and your reputation. Some people actually care about others no matter what. I've got to go and check on someone, Karen. Someone who actually needs me. I am sorry. Boom. Hung up on. Okay. Something's going on here. Everything we're finding out, Raban's finding out too, so we need to be careful now what we transfer. Luckily we didn't put that that thing on his email. I have a feeling he would know if we posted that. Where is it? It says email in need of your advice. Okay, let's tread carefully now. Luckily, I'm feeling paranoid. Okay. We've got her name. Nina Matanova. Where can we find her official stuff?